for you. Let's start with what fibre actually is. Fibre contains nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. It is the part of the plant that your body cannot absorb or digest. Fibre includes vegetables, fruits, grains, beans, and legumes. It helps keep our digestive systems healthy and keeps us regular. There are 3 different types of fibre which all have different functions and health benefits. Soluble fibre forms a gel-like material as it passes through the small intestine. It helps you feel fuller for longer, lowers cholesterol and stabilises your blood glucose levels. Soluble fibre is found in fruits, vegetables, oats, barley and legumes. Insoluble fibre absorbs water to help soften the contents of our bowels and helps keep us regular. It also helps to keep us full and keep the bowel environment healthy. Insoluble fibre is found in whole grain breads, cereals, nuts and seeds, also the skin of fruit and vegetables. Resistant starch is not digested in the small intestine. Instead, it travels to the large intestine, where it can help the good bacteria and improve bowel health. Resistant starch is found in undercooked pasta, underripe bananas, cooked and cooled potato and rice. But how much fibre should you have? Ideally, we want to aim for at least 30 grams per day for males and 25 grams per day for females. If that seems like a lot, here are some tips for eating more fibre. Aim for at least 5 or more serves of fruit and vegetables each day and leave the skin on. Choose whole grain varieties of bread, cereals, rice and pasta. High fibre breakfast options include oats, bran, wheat. Increase the fibre further by adding nuts, seeds and fruit. Try adding chickpeas, kidney beans or lentils to soups and casseroles. Add kidney beans, baked beans or grated carrot to minced dishes for more fibre and to make the dish go further. Introduce FibreMax. Just one serve gives you 40% of your daily fibre intake. For more information about this, read our Healthy Living article on our blog page and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, it's our Wednesday again.
Recording in progress.
For today, we are going to talk about FibreMax. So just now you have saw the video, right? Okay, it's about FibreMax. And of course, before we really dive into these topics here, okay, I have good news and also a bad news to share with you first to start the meeting today, okay? So, our Coach Academy, and I think this is the latest news for today, our coaching, our Johor, and also the Penang sessions already sold out. So don't ask us, can I still, get 1 ticket or 2 tickets? No more, okay? No more. For those who get the tickets, very good of you. Congratulations. So you get a seat for this very, I would say very powerful sharings that will help you understand the products better and also maybe help you in growing the business better, okay? And then for those who still want to attend this training, but you didn't get a ticket at your hometown, you can still purchase a ticket at Petaling Jaya, okay, at PJ. Because for the PJ one, we have a bigger venue, so we can accommodate more people. So for those who cannot get the tickets in other place, you can still come to PJ. And you have to buy the tickets like immediately after this call because we are supposed to close the tickets tomorrow, and we will also close it earlier if it's sold out, because up to this evening, I think left with less than 10 seats, okay? We are left with like less than 10 seats already. If you are interested to come, you have to get your tickets immediately already, yeah? Okay, and also this one, we also have a very powerful promotion. Okay, a very powerful bundle this month. This is for our new member. Okay, so for our new member, right, they are going to, when they sign up as a member, they can get this bundle at this 680 ringgit. And also, if you see here, right, they are going to get this, the Go Travel bag, the yellow one. This one is a door gift when we give out, I think, in the previous 2 royalty. And I know that many of you didn't get it because you didn't come. So this is a chance for you to get it for your new member. You cannot get it already, okay, because you're not a new member. But for your new member, they will have a chance to get this. And I would say this is really a good deal for a new member to sign up. And for these products here, right, Lifeline with the capsule and also the Omega, right, is something that I believe everybody can take it. So it's very easy for you to promote it to your new customer as well. So take this opportunity to sign up as many new members as possible, because this is only limited. Okay, limited to only 400 sets only. So if you have new member that is interested, right, get them to sign up fast. Don't wait, because it's like the Coach Academy tickets. If you wait, then in a second it will just be like gone. Okay, so get it fast. I think we have already sold close to 200. Okay, close to 200 already, means that it's like maybe 50% plus left lah. So get it fast. Okay, and also our Raya festive treat that for the member who sign up in March, they can get the RexMax thermal bags in the month of April or May if they place an order of 100 PV, right? Okay, and I can see that there are still quite a few of the members haven't placed any order yet. So this is also a good chance for you to use this, leverage on this promotion to follow up with your customer, to talk to them, to see whether they are interested. This can be a very good conversation opener, because you get them something free, right? Okay, so it's a very good conversation opener, and then it's also a chance for you to really follow up with them to see if they need that. Okay, now we have to go into the main topic of today, which we are going to talk about the products of FibreMax. And I think this product, right, is also one of the very good products that our company have. But then many of you don't really pay attention to this product or don't really try this product. So today, I hope that from the sharing from Celeste, okay, our nutritionist from Singapore, you would understand this product better and know how these products can help you improve your health. Okay, so now let's welcome Celeste.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can hear me? If can hear me, type 111 in the chat. Hello, thank you so much for taking time to join us. Hello, I see all of you. Hi. So for those who are new, my name is Celeste and I'm a certified nutritionist. So today I will be sharing about a very simple but very important topic, which is fiber. So thanks for the introduction, Chin-san. So I'm going to talk about, when we talk about health, right? Many people immediately think about vitamins, protein, calcium, or even fats, right? But actually, one of the most basic nutrients that many people are missing every day is fiber. And fiber is not only about constipation. Fiber is connect to our digestion, blood sugar, cholesterol, body weight, gut bacteria, immunity, and even how comfortable we feel every day. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so let's be honest, okay. Healthy living today is actually not so easy because modern life have given us many good things, like we have better technology, better medical care, more convenience, more food choices, and fast access to almost everything. But at the same time, our lifestyle has also changed a lot, right? Like right now, many people are sitting for long hours, and then we eat very quickly. We eat outside very often. So sometimes, right, our big breakfast is just coffee or tea. Lunch is takeaway somewhere else. Dinner is whatever is most convenient. We tapao outside, right? So, and when life become more busier, health is usually the first things we compromise, right? We know we should eat more vegetable, drink more water, exercise more, sleep earlier, but knowing and doing are totally different things. So today, instead of making the health sounds complicated, I want to bring us back to a very one simple foundation, which is our digest system. Okay, because when our digestion, right, is not smooth, right, many things are affected. You may feel bloated. okay, heavy or tired, sometimes constipation, our skin will maybe look dull, tired, okay, your appetite may change, and sometimes, right, even your mood may be affected. So before we talk about FibreMax, right, let's first understand what has happened to our modern diet, okay? So when we talk about modern diet, right? So modern diet becoming unhealthy. A lot of people saying that because most people will immediately think three things like too much sugar, too much salt, and too many calories. And that's true because today, right, many food are high in sugar. For example, bubble tea, sweet drinks, dessert, processed snacks. Okay, many food are also high in salt, especially outside food like soup and those tomato sauce that we use, right? Chili sauce and processed meat, instant noodle, and fast food as well. And many, of course, like food that are high in calories, like fried foods, the one that you see in the image, like French fries, and then burger, creamy food, and highly processed food as well. But there's one important nutrient that we talk about much less one. What is that? That nutrient is fiber. Okay, as our plate become filled with more refined carbohydrate, right? More meat, more dairy, and more processed food, fiber slowly disappear from our diet. Okay, let's give you one very simple example. So if your breakfast is white bread with kaya, right? Lunch is chicken rice. Then dinner maybe soup noodles, okay? And then snack maybe biscuit, pastry, or cake. Then your whole day maybe feel very normal, very local, right? All these food and very common, right? But if you look carefully, where is the fiber? There may be a very little fiber there. So this is why many people are eating enough calories, but not enough fiber. So in other words, right, our body is not underfed, but it may be undernourished in certain important nutrients. Okay, and fiber is one of them, no? The moon in the chicken rice. Yes, yes, correct, Sam. Okay. So now, why are so many people low in fiber? So one of the big reason is processed food. So many processed food and refined food are low in fiber or almost fiber free. Like for example, white breads, cakes, biscuit, instant noodles, okay, fastma, right? Then refined noodles, white rice, sugary drinks, and many packed snack, okay? They may give you energy, of course, but they also don't give you much fiber. And when we eat more processed food, right, we usually eat less of these natural fiber sources, such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and beans, nuts, and seeds. Okay, so this is why someone can eat a lot. You feel full in stomach, but still be low in fiber. So when we talk about nutrition, right, we don't only ask, did you eat? We also ask, what did you eat? Because the quality of the food matters. Okay, so another interesting reason that is that the food itself, right, has changed over time. So through the agriculture and selective breedings, right, like fruits and vegetables have become bigger, sweeter, and more attractive. That is not certainly bad, but it means some modern foods may contain more sugar and less fiber compared to the vegetable that our ancestors used to eat. So at the same time, right, many grains products have been refined. Okay, like for example, when whole grain are processed into white flour, okay, then the outer bread layer is removed, right? But this bread layer, right, is one of the key sources of the fiber. Okay, so that is why, right, wholemeal bread has more fiber than white bread, right? Okay, so people always recommend brown rice. Why? Because brown rice has the more fiber than white rice. Like oats have more fiber than the refined breakfast cereals. That's why those who have like elderly, they always recommend elderly to go for oats. This is the reason. So fiber disappear not only because of what we choose to eat, but also because of how modern food are processed and produced. Okay, next, the modern diet does not only affect body weight, it also affect our gastrointestinal health, meaning our stomach, intestine, bowel movement, and gut bacteria all got affected. Because many people today's right experience like bloating, constipation, irregular bowel movement, indigestion, or feeling heavy after meals. Sometimes right we think that oh all these condition is just normal. Okay, so we say like sometimes we say that I always like that one feel heavy after meals, or some people say I only go toilet every 3 or 4 days, but I'm used to it, or they say my stomach always bloated, maybe just because stress. But okay. Oh, sorry. I saw some of the question. I answer it first. So later, if you have any question, I will answer at the end of the sessions also. So I saw people ask about the sourdough, right? Okay, nowadays many people like to eat sourdough. So sourdough, if compared to white bread, of course, sourdough is better than white bread stuff. Okay. Hope I answer your question, Yvonne. Okay, then I continue on. Okay, just now I says everyone like to say like uh some people say, hey, I only go toilet every 3 or 4 days, but I used to eat. Okay, but some people says that my stomach always bloated, maybe just because of stress. But just because of something is common, right, doesn't mean that it's healthy. Because our digest system is like the body internal process center. Every day, our digest system help us to digest food, absorb nutrient, and eliminate waste. Also communicate with our immune system as well. So when the gut is not functioning well, right, the whole body may feel affected. Okay, so now when we talk about the bowel system, right, we also need to talk about the long-term gut health. Okay, so like colon cancer, right, is one of the major cancer in many countries, including in Asia. Of course, cancer is complex. It's not caused by one single factor, and we should never oversimplify it. But what we know is that lifestyle and diet can influence the bowel health. So a diet that is consistent, low in fiber, and high in processed food, right, may not be ideal for long-term colon health. So fiber help us to like support the bowel regularity, right? So when bowel movement are regular, so waste does not stay in the colon for too long. So today I'm going to say, I'm not saying that fiber is like magic prevention or treatment, but I'm saying that fiber is one of the important nutrients habit that help us to support a healthier digest environment. And that's why we should take it seriously. Okay, then another health concern that linked to a modern health is weight management, which is the right bottom image. When the diet is high in calories, right, but low in fiber, it's very easy to overeat. Why? Why? You might ask, less why? Because fiber help with satiety, meaning it helps us feel full. Like high fibers food, right, usually take longer time to chew and occupy more space in the stomach and slow down the digestion. So if your meal is high in fiber, right, you may feel satisfied for longer. But if your meal is low in fiber and high in refined carbohydrate or sugar, then you may feel hungry again very quickly. Okay, so for example, compared to eating a bowl of oats with fruits versus eating a sweet pastry, right, both may contain carbohydrates, but the digestion experience is very different. The oat with fiber will usually keep you full longer, while the sweet pastry, right, may give it a quick energy, but also a quick hunger rebound. So fiber can be useful, very useful to support in your healthy weight management plan. Okay. So next, let's talk about the blood sugar also. Because many people think that blood sugar is only important for people with diabetes, but actually blood sugar balance is important for everyone. When we eat carbohydrates, right, the body break down into glucose, then glucose enter to our bloodstream. So if the food is low in fiber and high in refined carbohydrates, right, blood sugar will rise faster as well. But if your meal contains fiber, especially soluble fiber, it can slow down the digestion and slow down the sugar absorption as well. That means the rise of in the blood sugar, right, may become gradual, so it's stable. So this is why high fiber meals can be helpful for blood sugar management. Again, fiber is not medication, guys. It does not replace medical treatment, but as part of the balanced diet, fiber is important nutrition tool for better metabolic rate. Okay. Okay, actually many chronic conditions are linked with lifestyle patterns like diabetic, high blood pressure, high cholesterol are very common today. And very often this condition does not appear overnight. They build slowly over the years. That is why prevention and daily care are so important. So when we include more fiber in our diet, right, we are supporting several areas at once, which I will cover it later. So when we look at fiber, right, we should not see it only as something for constipation. Fiber is actually part of the bigger health foundation as well. Okay. Okay, now I want everyone to pause and think for a moment. Okay, next slide. Okay, do you think you are getting enough fiber every day? Okay, don't worry, you no need to answer it correctly. Just answer honestly in your heart. Okay, think about yesterday. Okay, you think about yesterday meals, okay, like we choose one, like dinner, okay. How many serving of vegetable did you eat? Or how many fruits you eat? Or did you eat like whole grains? Or did you eat beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, oats, or high fiber foods? Okay, anyone? Eat vegetable, fruits, or nuts or seed yesterday, dinner? Or totally no, just like chicken rice and few timun like Sam say. Okay, so for many people, right, maybe the answer is actually I'm not sure, and that's very normal. Okay, most people don't count fiber because we count calories only, like protein, sugar, carbs, but fiber is usually forgotten. So today, okay, I want to help you to become more aware about these forgotten nutrients. Okay, next. Okay, so different country and health authorities, right, may give slightly different fiber recommendation. So as you can see here in Singapore, the Health Promotion Board commonly recommends about 20 grams per day for women and 26 grams of fiber per day for men. Okay, however, average Singaporean consume 13 grams of dietary fiber per day. Okay, this is from Sing Health. Okay, then next in Malaysia. Okay, in Malaysia, based on the recommended nutrient intake from 2023, adults should take between 20 to 30 grams daily. Okay, so based on the data from National Health and Morbidity Survey, also taken from 2023, 95% adults in Malaysia consume not enough fruits and vegetables daily. Okay, so but regardless which guideline we use, the key message is the same. Most people are not eating enough fiber, and this creates what we call a fiber gap. Okay, a fiber gap means that's the difference between the amount of fiber your body needs and the amount of you actually consume. So for example, if your body need around so for example, if your body need around 25 grams of fiber per day, but you only take about 12 or 15 grams, then every day you are building up a gap. So one day you may be a big problem, but if this happen every day, every week one day may not be a big problem, I want to say. But if this happen every day, every week, every month, and every year, it can affect your digestion and overall health. So the first step is what I always say, awareness. So you ask yourself, am I really eating enough fiber every day? Okay, so this is the question we have to always ask ourselves. Okay, now we understand the problem. So let's move to solutions. Okay, So the solution is actually not so complicated. The solution start with fiber. So what fiber does is support the digestive system, right? By helping the stool bulk and then bowel movement and elimination of the waste. So in practical way, fiber help the body to clear what it no longer need through the regular bowel movement. That is why fiber is such an important nutrient for our health. Then, so what exactly is fiber? Okay, fiber is a group of plant-based carbohydrate that our body cannot fully digest or absorb. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is the big difference between fiber and other carbohydrates such as sugar and starch. Okay, sugar and starch can be broken down and absorbed by body for energy. Okay, but fiber, right, it passes through the digest system more slowly, and fiber reach the large intestine where our gut bacteria can use it. So fiber is found naturally in plant foods such as like vegetable, fruits, grains, beans, legumes, nuts, and seeds. And many high fiber foods also come with other beneficial nutrients such as the video that we played in the beginning, like vitamins, minerals, antioxidant, and plants compound. So fiber is not just roughage is an important part of our healthy diets. Okay. Meanwhile, not every fiber is the same. Okay, next slide. There are different type of fiber, and each type of fiber, right, works slightly different in the body. The two most common category are soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. So some fiber are viscous, meaning right, they form a thicker gel. So some fiber are fermentable, meaning our gut bacteria can break them down and use them as a food. So this is why we do not only want one type of fiber. Ideally, we want a combination. Just like our diet should be balanced, and our fiber intake should also be balanced. Okay, so let's start with the soluble fiber. Okay, so soluble fiber dissolve in water and form a gel-like material in the digestive tract Okay, in the previous video we can also see that. So you can imagine it like a soft gel moving through the intestine. Okay, this gel can help to slow down the digestion. When the digestion is slow in a healthy way, right, we will feel full for longer. It can also slow down the absorption of sugar from food, which is helpful for blood sugar balance. So soluble fiber may also help for healthy cholesterol level. So food source of soluble fiber will have oats, barley, beans, apple, citrus fruit, carrots, and psyllium. Okay, so if you have ever eaten oat, right, you can notice that they become thick and creamy when mixed with water, right? That's a simple example of soluble fiber in action. Okay, now let's look at insoluble fiber. So insoluble fiber does not dissolve in water. Instead, it helps to add bulk to the stool and support the movement through our digest system. So you can think of it as a fiber that help to sweep and move things along. So it helps to absorb water, soften the stool, increase the stool volume, and stimulate the bowel movement as well. Okay, so who are eating right now may feel disgusting, right? Because talk about stool. Okay, so this is why insoluble fiber is especially important for people who experience constipation or irregular bowel movement. Okay, so food source include what, like wheat bread, nuts, green beans, and many vegetables like cauliflower, etc. Okay, but remember, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber both have benefits, because soluble fiber helpful for gel forming, right? Just now I say, so it helps for cholesterol, blood sugar, and satiety. Okay, insoluble fiber help for what? Help for our stool bulk, movement, and bowel regularity. Okay, so for good digest health, right, we need both of these fibers. Okay, Then now we understand what fiber is. So I want to ask everyone a simple question. Okay, you don't need to feel shy for new people, right? This is not a quiz. It's just to help us to reflect on our own eating habits, because sometimes we only realize the gap when we ask ourselves honestly. So let's do a quick fiber self-check. Okay, so question number 1. Do you think you get enough of fiber from fruits and vegetable? Yes. No, not sure. Okay, no. Wow. Okay, I saw a lot of people say no. But if your answer is not sure, right? That is very common. No, because you know the statistic in front, right? Okay. So many people eat some vegetable but not enough. Some people eat fruits but maybe once in a while. And for some of the people, maybe vegetable are like decoration on the plate, right? A few slices of cucumber, like Sam say just now in the chicken rice, right? And a bit lettuce or small spoon of vegetable. Okay, it's just like a decoration. It's not enough one. Okay, but to get enough of fiber, right, we need more intentional. Okay, so today, one of my goals is to help you to become more aware of how much fiber your body really needs. Okay, then next question number 2. Do you think fiber is important to your health? Okay, A is yes, B is no, C is not sure. Okay, until now, I think everyone will type A already. Okay, so most people will probably say yes lah, of course. But here is the interesting part is many people know fiber is important, but they still don't eat enough fiber. Why? Why? Because fiber is not always convenient, right? When we go out and we, like for example, we eat chicken rice, right? They only give few cucumbers, then we only can eat that cucumbers. Okay, so fiber-rich food require planning actually, so it's not convenient. And vegetable also need preparation before eating, right? That's why a lot of people don't take fiber food as well. So whole grain may not be a default choice for them. A lot of people will choose white rice or white noodles instead. And many people also don't enjoy beans and legumes. That's why people will take less fiber. Yeah, so awareness is only the first step. The next step is building a practical way to increase the fiber consistently. Okay. Then question number 3, why do we need fiber? Is it help to promote intestinal health, regulate blood pressure, or number 3 is increase satiety? Number 4 is support cholesterol level, then improve skin radiance, support immunity, or regular weight. So you think which one? If you think all of the above, you can type 8. Whoa, oh my god, wow, you are so fast. All of the above, yes, fiber. The actually answer is all of the above, because fiber is connected to many areas of health. Just now I also mentioned, because the gut is connected to many areas of health as well. So a healthier gut can support a better digestion, better nutrition absorption, and a better environment for good bacteria. And when your gut is happier, our body usually feel lighter and more comfortable too. Okay, so next, let me summarize the benefit of fiber here. So one of the most well-known benefit is bowel regularity, okay, because dietary fiber increase the weight and the size of the stool and help to soften it, okay. Hence, a bulkier and a softer stool, right, is easier to pass. So this can help to reduce the chance of constipation, okay. But interestingly, fiber can also help when stool is too loose, because fiber can also absorb water and add bulk. So fiber help to create balance. If the stool is too hard, fiber will plus the water, then soften it. If the stool is too watery, okay, certain fiber can help to add form. That's why fiber is not only for people who cannot go toilet. It's also for everyone who wants to have a better bowel quality, okay? Then next, fiber help to support blood sugar control. Okay, food in fiber often have low glycemic impact. especially when compared to refined carbohydrate. The glycemic index or GI that you see in the slide tell us how quickly they raise the blood sugar level. So low GI food are digested and absorbed more slowly, so leading to a slower and more stable rise in blood sugar. Okay, so for example, compare a white bread and oats, right? So white bread is more refined and low in fiber, so it may raise blood sugar more quickly. Okay, then oats contain more soluble fiber, especially beta-glucan, and may lead to a slower digestion response. So this is very important because stable blood sugar helps with energy, hunger control, and long-term metabolic health as well. So if someone always feels sleepy after meal, hungry very quickly, or craving for sweet food, we may need to look into the quality of carbohydrate and the amount of fibers in the meal. Okay. And next, another benefit is satiety. Okay, satiety means the feeling of the fullness and the satisfaction after eating. Okay, high fiber food, right, usually take up more space in the stomach and slow down digestion. Okay, this helps us to feel full for longer. Okay, when we feel full, we are less likely to keep snacking or overeating in the next meal. So this is why fiber is useful for weight management. But I want to be clear is fiber is not a slimming magic. It works best when combined with balanced meal, enough proteins, good hydration, and regular movement. But if your meals are always low in fiber, weight management will become much harder because hunger comes back very fast as well. So for anyone trying to manage weight, right, one of the questions I will first ask is how much fiber are you eating also? Okay, now let's talk about cholesterol. So soluble fiber can bind with the bile acid in the digest system. So bile acid are made from cholesterol and are used to help to digest the fat. So when soluble fiber binds with this bile acid, right, some of them are removed from our body through stool. Okay, then the body may need to use more cholesterol to make new bile acids. This is one of the one way of soluble fiber may help to regulate our healthy cholesterol level. So some study also shows that high fiber diets are associated with heart health benefits, such as supporting a healthy blood pressure or reducing some inflammation marker. So again, fiber is not about digestion; it's part of a heart health, metabolic health, and overall wellness. Okay, so when dietary fiber is consistent low, right, actually there will several problems may happen. The most obvious one is constipation, of course. When fiber is low, right, the stool may become smaller, harder, and more difficult to poo. Okay, this can lead to straining, discomfort, bloating, and even hemorrhoid. Okay, in some people. So low fiber may also affect gut bacteria. So good bacteria need fiber as food. If we don't feed them, the gut environment may also not healthy. Okay, so in long term, right, low fiber in low fiber intake, it may also link with a poorer metabolic health, such as like weight gain, blood sugar imbalance, or cholesterol concern. Okay, so for colon health, we also know that just now I mentioned high fiber intake is generally associated with better bowel movement and healthier digest pattern. Okay, so the goal of this question is actually to remind us that fiber is not optional, it's a daily need. Okay, so now after hearing all the benefit, some people may think, okay, tomorrow I will eat a lot of fiber, but wait, don't increase it too fast as well, because too much fiber in a short period of time, right, may cause bloating, gas, abdominal discomfort, or constipation. Why Celeste? Why like that? Because your digest system and gut bacteria need time to adapt one. So if someone have been taken a very little fiber for many years, you suddenly increase the fiber drastically overnight, the gut may react. So also fiber needs water. Okay, fiber and water work together if like you imagine fiber is like a sponge. Water is what allowed the sponge to move smoothly. So when taking fiber, right, that's why we will recommend, like, please make the hydration part become your habit as well. So if you increase fiber but not drink enough of water, stools may also become harder and more difficult to pass. So the key is not the more, the better immediately. The key is increase gradually, drink enough water, and observe your body. Okay. Next. Now. Okay. Now, here is the common question. Is going to toilet more often always better? Okay. Anyone answer? Yes or no? Okay, not certainly. Some people think that if I go toilet many times a day, right, that means detox is very good, right? Lao sai is not, they're not good. Yes, Steph. Okay. But frequency alone is not enough. We also need to look at the stool quality. Like for example, if you go toilet 5 times a day, but the stool is very watery, urgent, and uncomfortable, that's not ideal. So if you only go once every 3 days, but it's hard, painful, and difficult to pass, that is also not ideal. Okay, so instead of asking how many times, we should also ask what is the quality of your bowel movement. Okay, so that brings us to the next slide. Okay, so this is the Bristol stool chart. Okay, then this slide may look a bit funny, but it's actually very useful lah. So those who are eating dinner, I think you will stop your dinner. Okay, your stool is a clue actually. Okay, so the way your stool looks can tell you a lot about digestion, hydration, fiber intake, gut movement, and also sometimes stress or food intolerance. That's why mommy always observe the baby stool, right? Okay, of course, stool can change from day to day, depends on what we eat. Okay, so for example, okay, wow, you all answer depends on how many meals taken. Oh, yes, 4 is yes, 4 is the nice one. Okay, I'm going to talk more. Okay, so like for example, when you're eating beetroot, may make the stool become reddish. When you're eating a lot of green vegetable, will make your poo-poo look greenish. So sometimes we say we eat the jingzhengu, right? We will say it's like see you tomorrow, one type of the mushroom, right? So but if there's a persistent change like pain, bleeding, very dark stool, or ongoing diarrhea, please consult doctor also. Today we are going to use this chat mainly as a self-awareness tool. Okay, so come, type 1, we see. Type 1 and type 2 usually suggested is constipation. You can see type 1 look like a separate hard lump, right? Type 2 look like a sausage shape, but hard and lumpy, right? Okay, so this usually mean the stool stay too long in the colon and often result from lack of fluid or fiber. Okay, so the result is hard, dry stool that is difficult to pass though. Okay, something like one like rabbit poo-poo. Rabbit poo-poo can continue eat one and they eat back their poo-poo to gain back the nutrients. Okay, so next is type 3, is like a sausage with a crack on the surface, right? So this is generally close to normal, but it may also suggest the stool is slightly dry. Crunch. Yeah. Okay, so if this is your usual stool, right? Okay, you may just need a little more water, vegetable, fruits, or fiber. The good news is that this is usually easy to improve one. Small change can make a difference. So for example, you can add 1 serving of vegetable at lunch, or choosing brown rice sometimes, or adding oats, or taking FibreMax regularly with enough water. So the goal is to move towards smoother and softer stool like type 4. Okay, come type 4. Type 4 is the stool we usually aim for, the poo-poo that we want. Okay, it is smooth, soft, and easy to pass. So this suggests the stool have a very good water content, good fiber bowel, and is moving through the bowel at a healthier pace. Okay, this is the speed that we want. Okay, when the bowel movement is healthy, right, it should not take very long, okay? You should not sit on the toilet bowl for 20 minutes scrolling your phone. Is no. Okay, you should not need to strain until your face turn red. So this one also not good. Ideally, it should be smooth, comfortable, and complete. So if you often have type 4, congratulations, your digestive rhythms is probably doing quite well. And the sounds of your poo-poo should be dum, this kind. Okay, so when you heard this, it's a good poo-poo, okay? Okay, so next, type 5 is a soft blue with a clear edge, okay? So this can still be easy to pass, but sometimes it may come with a bit of urgency. So it may suggest the stool is moving a little faster than the ideal, or that fiber balance is not that perfect. So for some people, type 5 happen when they eat too much oily food, spicy food, or when they stress. Okay, so it may also happen when fiber is increased too quickly. So if this happen occasionally, it's usually not a big concern. But if it happen very often, like every day, then you might link it to your diet lor. Maybe also gut sensitivity, hydration, stress, or whether they are having some of the triggered food lah. Okay, then next is type 6 and 7 are loosen and watery stool. Okay, too much oily, see tomorrow. Okay, so type 6 and 7, this may indicate diarrhea or urgency. So when diarrhea happen, right, the body may lose water or electrolytes. Okay, so hydration is very important. Probiotic may also support the gut balance as well if you have type 6 or type 7 poo-poo. Okay, so when we talk about the good digestion, we are not only talking about going toilet every day, we are talking about going in more comfortable way. Okay, without pain, without straining, without urgency, and with the poo-poo that is well formed. Okay, this is what we want. Okay, here are a few questions that you can ask yourself. Okay, how often are you going to poo-poo? Okay, so for many people, anywhere from 2 times a day or to 3 times a week can still within a normal range. But what matters is your personal patterns and comfort. Okay, so you need to observe your poo-poo lah. Okay, so for question 2 to 4, do you feel complete after going? Or do you need to strain? Okay, or does it feel painful? Okay, but if you always feel bloated, uncomfortable, incomplete, or need to strain, then your bowel pattern may need to be improved. Okay, like fiber can help. Okay, then question 5, what color is it? Okay, so healthy stool is usually brown, although food sometimes can change the color. Okay, then 6, how does it smell? Okay, so of course, stool will never smell like a flower lah, of course. But extremely smelling poo-poo, right? Especially with other symptoms, then might need to give attention. Okay, so does it sink or float? Okay, so floating stool, right, can sometimes happen because of gas or diet. But if it's persistent, oily looking, it may suggest like fat malabsorption. So should be checked also lah. So you don't be shy to observe. Your bowel movement give you a useful feedback of your health. So don't only count frequency, look at the quality also. Okay. So next, okay, let's understand what's inside the gastrointestinal tract. So how we poo-poo. So most of our gastrointestinal tract, right, is like a muscular tube. Okay, when the food move through this tube, right, this tube through a process called peristalsis. Okay, so this peristalsis is a rhythm muscle contraction. Okay, so you have this contraction, meaning, okay, you are going to poo-poo already. Okay, a simple way to imagine is like squeezing the toothpaste out of the tube. Okay, the muscle will gently push the food forwards. As the food move along, right, it will broken down and mix with the digestive juice. Then the nutrients are absorbed, and what is remain then become the stool, which is your poo-poo. So fiber help this process by acting the bulk, holding the water, feeding the gut bacteria and supporting the regular movement. So when fiber is low, right, your poo-poo may move too slowly, become too hard or difficult to pass. Okay, now that we understand fiber, digestion, stool quality, let's come back to FibreMax. Okay, why do we call FibreMax a superhero to support digestion? Because it supports one of the body's most natural way of eliminating the waste, which is healthy bowel movement. So when your bowel movement is regular and comfortable, your body will feel lighter because you will feel less bloated. You will feel more comfortable after the meals. You may feel your digestion is smoother as well. So again, fiber is not a medication or not a treatment for a disease. It's a daily nutrition support to help to close the fiber gap and support our better digestion wellness. Okay, so FibreMax contains 5 fiber source. So this formula that it doesn't rely on one type of fiber. Okay, it provides a combination of soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. So this is important because as we discussed earlier, right, different type of fiber have different role, okay? Some support the stool bowel, satiety, cholesterol and blood sugar balance, and some support the gut bacteria. So the strength of the FibreMax is in the combinations. Okay, so first, let's look the first ingredient. Okay, first ingredient is the chicory roots extract. Okay, so the chicory roots, right, is rich in soluble fiber called inulin. Okay, inulin is also considered a prebiotic. Okay, some of the skincare also can find this inulin inside. A prebiotic is a food for good bacteria in the gut. Okay, so many people know probiotics, which are good bacteria, but prebiotic is also important because they help to feed and support the growth of the probiotic, which is the beneficial bacteria. So if the probiotic are like the seed, then prebiotic is like the fertilizer. Okay, you fertilize the seed. Okay, then it will grow. Okay, okay. So chicory, right? Chicory inulin is not digest directly by our body. Instead, it reach the large intestine where the gut bacteria can ferment it. So this process may support healthier gut environment and bowel regularity. Okay, so chicory root extract is one of the ingredients that support the digest function and also our gut bacteria ecology. Okay, so next is soy fiber. Yeah, second one. Okay, 大豆纤维. Okay, soy fiber contains both insoluble and soluble fiber. So this gives it a balanced role in digestive health. Okay, the insoluble part is help to add the bulk to the poo-poo and support the bowel movement. So the soluble part can help your satiety and metabolic support. So soy fiber may also support the healthy blood sugar response as part of the balanced diet. So again, the key is not look at one ingredient alone, but to see how the ingredient works together. So in FibreMax, right, soy fiber contribute to the overall fiber content and help to support the intestinal health. Okay, now let's talk about psyllium. Okay, so psyllium is one of the most well-known fiber ingredients. Okay, it mainly soluble fiber, but also contains some insoluble component. So when psyllium mixed with water, right, it forms a gel-like texture. Okay, this gel help to add bulk, soften the stool, and support the smoother bowel movement. So psyllium is also well known for supporting a healthy cholesterol level and helping slow down the absorption of sugar from meals. So this is what psyllium is often used in fiber supplement worldwide. Okay, but one important reminder, psyllium must stick together with enough water. So if not enough water is taken, right, it may feel too thick or uncomfortable. So whenever we talk about psyllium or any fiber powder, okay, hydration is important. Okay, then next is oat bran. Okay, so oat bran is the outer layer of the oat grain. So when you take the oat bran is the outer layer. It's rich in soluble fiber, especially beta-glucan. Okay, so beta-glucan is one of the key fiber associated with heart health support, especially cholesterol management. So oat bran is also rich in other nutrients such as vitamins B, minerals, and antioxidants. So many people eat oatmeals, right? But the oat bread is slightly different. Oatmeal come from the inner part of the oat grain. Okay, this is oat grain. Oatmeal is the inner part. Okay, the oat bread is come from the outer layer because the bread layer is high in fiber. So oat bread can be more concentrated fiber source compared to a regular oatmeal. Okay, so in FibreMax, oat bran contribute to soluble fibers and support the satiety, bowel function, and also heart health nutrition. Okay. Then next is pectin. Okay, so pectin is a soluble fiber commonly found in apple and citrus fruit. If you ever make a jam, then you may know pectin help to create a gel texture in the digestive system, right? This gel form property can help to slow digestion and support the stool form. So pectin may also support the healthy cholesterol balance as part of the high fiber diet. So when we combine pectin with silent, oat bran, chicory roots, soy fiber, FibreMax provide a multiple fiber type that support different aspect of digestion. So fiber is not just any fiber, it's a mixed fiber formula. You can see the circle here, right? All the ingredient here. So for people who are struggling to eat enough fiber daily, right? One serving can actually make a meaningful difference. So if I want everyone to remember one sentence today, it is a happier guts start with a better daily fiber. So don't wait until you have constipation, bloating, or digest discomfort. Then you only take care of your gut. It's no. So start with small daily habits. Add fiber in your next meal. Okay? So thank you everyone for your attention. I'm going to stop here. And now I would like to invite our product expert, Kay, who has worked in New Image for more than 10 years. So she will share with you a more exciting solution for fiber. Okay, over to you, Kay.
Right, thank you, Slash. Okay, good evening to everyone. I'm Kay from Image Malaysia. Okay, just now, Slash has shared the importance of including dietary fiber in our daily routine. So she had mentioned, right, the recommended daily fiber intake for adult is about 25 to 30 grams. But the question is, do you actually achieve this every day? Okay, so let's do a quick check, right? You think you are getting enough fiber, then just type one moment in the chat room. But if you think you are not, then just type 222. Okay, quickly we just do a survey that, okay, 222, no, okay. Okay, so definitely I didn't see anyone type 111. Okay, it's okay, but definitely I believe there is quite a lot of people here is taking FibreMax as they are adding the FibreMax into their daily routines. Okay, actually, if you think you are not taking enough fiber, yeah, that is common. Don't worry, that is common. This is our nowadays most of us are getting not enough fibers. Okay, so like this. So the key question are, how should we eat to reach it, and who actually need the most? So let me show you what 30 grams of fiber actually look like in a day, because it's not easier as it sounds, right? We say just eat fiber and eat more fiber, but it's not that easy. Just take a look. How, right? So if your daily fiber intake is 30 grams a day, so this is roughly what it look like. For example, you would need to eat about 3 to 4 medium-sized apple with the skin, or around 6 to 8 bananas, and plus multiple serving of vegetable like carrots, broccoli, and spinach throughout the day. We can see here I think when we always like to eat the salad, the iceberg lettuce. Yes, it's around 50 carbs, equal to 30 grams of fibers. So even whole grains like brown rice, bread, we need to be consumed in very large amount. When you add it all up, right, it becomes a quite a significant amount of food to meet your daily fiber requirements. So when you want to achieve the 30 gram of fibers, you have to eat non-stop for one whole days, right? Okay, so now everyone we know, right? So now we know what's the 30 gram of fiber actually look like in the real food. And next question is, if it requires this much of food, and why are so many people still not getting enough? Because the answer actually is quite simple. First, we live in busy lifestyle, right? Most of us, right? Everyone same like us. And often rely on eating out, where the meals are usually lower in fiber. And secondly, our intake of fruits and vegetables is often inconsistent. Some day we eat enough. Today I eat banana and eat some salad. Yeah, today is enough. But many days we doesn't do that, right? And third, it's not easy to track fiber intake every day. Most people don't go and calculate whether today I have eaten enough or not. Today I got how many grams of fiber. Normally we won't do that. As Celeste mentioned, most of the time we just concern of the calorie or carbs intake, but normally we never go and count what is our fiber intake. Okay, so even though we know fiber is important, right? It's quite difficult to consistently achieve through diet alone. So that's why a practical solution can be helped to bridge this gap. So just one serving of FibreMax, which 2 scoops of FibreMax can provide up to 40% of your daily fiber needs and making it easier to stay on track. So who actually need more fibers? Okay, like just now we had mentioned that first the PG professional or like all our distributor here, people who are always on the go and don't have time to plan balanced meal. So instead of simply grabbing a few biscuits when you are rushing and cannot have a proper meals, let's consider mixing the FibreMax and shake up and which is much healthier option. Okay, and then secondly, those who are eat out frequently, where the meals are often lower in fibers and higher in processed ingredients. Okay, and then you can consider adding a recover. Okay, if you cannot avoid the heavy meal. Okay, and thirdly, those people who don't regularly consume enough fruits and vegetables. Okay, I know most of the teenagers is like fast food, and most of them don't like vegetable, right? Okay. Next, also people who experience like digestive issues such as the constipation or bloating may benefit from increasing their fiber intake. So for better gut health, right, mixing FibreMax with Alphalipid Lifeline is also a good option. And if you are on weight management program, FibreMax is a great addition. It's a great addition to your diet. It helps you to stay fuller for longer and can manage your appetite and get more fiber, especially if your meal plan is low in fiber. So like I mentioned, some people they will start on the weight management program. They may facing a little bit lacking of the fiber consumption. So adding fiber into the diet plan actually is a good option. Okay. And lastly, anyone who is a health conscious and want to improve their overall health being should pay attention to their daily fiber intake. Because at the end of the day, fiber is not just for digestion, it plays a key role in overall health. So fiber is relevant for almost everyone, and this is not just for specific groups. Since we already understand how important fiber is, the next question is, how can we realistically achieve it every day? So this is where the fiber supplement can help. This is FibreMax. Okay, at first, this is convenient. You can take it anytime even during a busy days, and you can just simply shake with cold water or add it into your Lifeline, K29, SD2, or shake up drink. And secondly, it's give you a better control over your intake, so you know exactly how much fiber you are getting. And third, it help you to stay consistent instead of relying on whether your meal plan happens to include enough fiber. You have to keep calculate whether I have eat enough fiber. But with adding this FibreMax supplement into your daily routines, yeah, you won't be too worried about the fiber intakes because you already this one serving already provide you 40% of the fiber intake, and the other 60% you can take from your normal meals. And FibreMax also contain the prebiotic ingredient which support a healthy gut. So most importantly, this is not about replacing the whole food. It is about to supporting your daily diet and making fiber intake more achievable. Okay, and then to conclude, the most ideal approach is to combine both balanced diet and fiber supplement, which is FibreMax. So the whole food like fruits, vegetable, and grains should always remain the foundation of the healthy diet. At the same time, a FibreMax can be help bridge the gap when our dairy intake is not enough. So it is not about replacing the healthy food, but it's making sure we consistently meet our daily fiber needs in a practical way. Yeah. So this is today's sharing. And next, right, I would like to invite Eileen Tay, a manager and a passionate new image product lover for the past 6 years. Okay. And then to share her journey with FibreMax and the positive change has it brought to her life. So let's warmly welcome Eileen Day. 时间 Eileen， 我把时间交给你。
好的，谢谢 Kat。我是以琳 day， 是3位孩子的妈咪。其实我是来自 PJ 的。其实我从小13岁开始，我就有长期的胃酸、胃痛，还有胃胀风的问题。很多时候，我像辣的、太酸的，还是油炸油腻，我都不能吃了。可是我一吃了我就发作，就要靠药物1到2个星期才能慢慢恢复啊，其实是蛮痛苦的。不过在6年前我开始接触牛肚，是朋友的介绍，这个就是我的 before 和 after 吧。现在就是因为牛肚乳，所以我的胃痛和胃酸倒流的状况都有改善了很多。但其实我本身呢，就是还是不喜欢喝牛肚乳的。就是什么，因为我不喜欢奶制品啊，所以我拒绝喝的。所以过后我就尝试喝，因为我的肠胃问题啊是蛮严重的，所以过后喝了确实是有改善的。其实在我1个月喝过后，我的胃胀问题就是慢慢好了。其实过了1年后，我的胃胀问题就改善了，可以算是88%的改善了。所以我就是很喜欢这个牛肚，就爱上它。可是我本身呢，因为我一直有一个问题的存在了，就是排便不顺畅啊，不是说很严重啊，就是我不能每天都排便的。直到有一天我参加 Rose 培训的产品培训啊，我就深入了解那个 FibreMax 啊，其实我才意识到原来我们的肠胃啊，意思是要养胃吧，就是要养好它，所以我就忽略了这点，我就没有犹豫。其实因为我理解了那个 FibreMax 的效用吧，所以我就赶快就是加牛肚加 FibreMax，很快我就是每一天早上，我就是每天在喝着我的 FibreMax 跟牛肚乳，是每一天我应该就是没有间断过吧。可是我就慢慢看，就感觉到我的排便问题呀、就慢慢的就规律了，也不会好像说是卡不顺啊，需要用很长，每次要1、2天才上厕所就没有，反而就取而代之就是很自然，就是很顺畅的那种状态吧。很明显就是每次我早上起床，不是有腹部很沉重的不适啊， 整个人就比较轻松，因为我们没有排便，我们真的是比较辛苦了。所以喝了FibreMax，其实让我的身体负担就减少了很多，精神状态也明显提升啊。到现在我都是一杯牛乳加FibreMax的，这也成为我每天固定的习惯了。可是还有一个 part 就是我比较惊喜的地方，就是不只是改善我的肠胃问题啊，其实还有一个就是我本身就是天生雀斑的人。以前我尝试做过镭射的，可是我的效果不理想，反而让我的皮肤更敏感、更严重。直到有一天，我就发现到我的脸就跟平时不一样啊，因为我会看到我的斑点没有在增加，反而我唯一发现到我的脸不一样啊，因为我的斑点会没有增加，反而淡了哦。这个就是让我感觉我的肤色好像更均、更透亮，皮肤也更细活了，有光泽。那时候我才明白啊，就是我们的肠道啊，一定要变好，身体才能吸收好啊，会有更好的营养吸收吧。对我来讲，FibreMax 其实是一个蛮重要的产品来的，不只是一个让我们排便能顺畅，也让我整个人轻松啊，更有能量啊。其实看起来精神更好，更有自信。所以我很庆幸啊，我自己有尝试机会让自己改变。最重要的是有一样东西就是 FibreMax 其实让我们就是什么，我们的肠胃调好了，我们吸收能力会更好。所以这个 FibreMax 的效用真是蛮大的。所以我自己也会变得越来越健康，也了解到保健的重要吧。这也就是我的分享，谢谢大家。
OK，我们非常感谢 Elaine 的分享。OK，so thank you so much, Elaine, for sharing her testimony with us. And I will just do a very simple and quick translation for everybody. So Elaine, right, she's actually from PJ and she have 3 kids. So for her, right, since she is 13, she already have problems with her stomach, acid reflux and then gastric and then bloating and all these things. And 6 years ago, she get to know about the colostrum first, lifeline first. And at that time, she actually kind of like don't want to try it because she don't like dairy products. But after that, eventually she still give it a try because she have no choice. So she gave it a try. And after 1 month, she already see some improvement on herself. And basically after 1 year of consistently taking lifeline, right, these stomach problems, right, basically is like 80% recover already. So it's like really a good improvement for her. Okay. And at the same time also she is adding FibreMax to her daily routine because she get to know about this product from Rose that it will help her bowel movement. So after she taking it, it's really helped her a lot with her bowel movement. She can do it every day and then now no more poo-poo issues. And what really surprised her is that it's not only her bowel movement and also her stomach, it's also her skin. Okay, just now you all see her picture, right? She got these freckles on her face. Okay, since very young she already has a freckles. But then after taking this product for a period of time, she suddenly realized that all the freckles, right, is like just lighten, okay, become lesser already. And now you can see her just now on the screen, right? Her skin is much better now, brighter, more radiance, and then she looks younger, and then the body, everything feel lighter. And one thing, one fun fact to share with everybody, do y'all want to guess what is her age this year? Okay, 大家知道 Elaine 今年几岁吗？大家猜得出来吗？ Because this is something really surprised me when I see her photo and also because I see her in the office also. But then just now when I'm trying to, get some of the information because we have to introduce her, right? Then I check into the account, I notice like, wow, she is actually very close to 50 already. Okay, she's 47 if I remember correctly. And her face doesn't look like 47, maybe like in 30s. Or maybe, maximum for me is like late 30s lah. So she really looks young after the skin improved and everything, right? So one thing that she shared just now that I really like it is that sometimes, the transformation is not from outside because she tried laser treatment and all that for her skin, but it doesn't help. But after she take FibreMax and Lifeline, after her body, heal from the inside, then outside also transform already. So I think this is something really good for her, and especially for women, if you have your skin issue, probably is also start from your stomach, okay, start from your tummy. So if you've been dealing the same issue like Eileen, you have your tummy discomfort, and then maybe your skin sensitive, eczema and all these things, it could be, okay, it could be because of your digestive system, because of your gut health. Okay, so yep, I hope that her sharing will give you some motivation to try this product if you haven't do that. Okay, this is really a good product for everybody to have it, and like many of us didn't really pay good attention on the fiber that our body needs. Okay, so yep, thank you so much again for our three sharers today. Thank you Celeste, and thank you Kay, and also Elaine for sharing such a good testimony with us. Okay, before we end, just a last reminder for everybody. So for our Coach Academy, I mentioned earlier, before we start, we are only left with the PJ session, okay? Only Petaling Jaya, we have last 10 seats. So if you haven't get a ticket after this call, you have to get it immediately. Cannot wait because it will just gone in like any time, okay? And then, and also we are running this Connect and Grow Challenge, right, in this sorority period. So for those who are doing a good performance, a good result last month, very good, okay, keep it up, because you have 3 more months to go. If you can do better this month, the next 2 months it will become easier and easier for you, okay? And then this is our May training calendar. So for this Friday, we are going to run this training again in Chinese, and then next week we have our e-recognition. So end of the month, we are going to have the wellness and opportunity sharing. And on the 23rd is our first session of the Coach Academy. And also in the last month, we are going to have some training about how you can do better for your social media posting, engagement and connection and things like that. Okay. And then last but not least, in July, we are going to have our blood donation event. So, yep. Tell your friends, mark your calendar. You can join us in doing something meaningful in this July. Okay? All right. Okay, so it's already 9+ today, okay? We are a little bit of running over time. So before we end, just take a good photo. For those who want to join us in the photo, you can turn on your camera now. Okay? Okay. All right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We'll see you again on Friday. Thank you and good night.
Star of Alphalipid SD2. 11 years of proven transformations. Thousands of lives changed, from regaining health to achieving ideal body shape, to building confidence and vitality. And now, we enter year 12. The challenge returns. Bigger, better, stronger. And we need more coaches like you. Turn your passion into impact. Turn knowledge into opportunity. Unlock new markets. Leverage the power of weight management. Create more success stories, including yours. Your journey as a star coach starts here. Join the Coach Academy.